Now I will talk about the problem Healthy Holsteins. In this problem, we can use recursion to find all the combinations of the vitamins that we can feed the cow and see which one should we choose. So starting here on my main function, after I read all the inputs, and also I created this temporary array, which will later keep used to keep track of the vitamins. And then I created this recursion function called search. And in this search method, we will first have an int vector, which is basically it tells us how many what vitamins we fed. So basically, it tells us what scoops we fed. And then here's a count, which counts how many scoops we fed, and finally this is p, which means which ones we are going to feed. So here, for example, I create this other function called add. In this add function, it receives this index, which is basically telling us which feed shall we use to feed the cow. And then it adds all of the values into this temporary array. And then afterwards, we also push this back into our vector because it's one of the things that we fed the cow. And now we search this again, but now we increase C by 1 because we fed an extra scoop, and we also increase this P by 1 to see if we should feed the next scoop to the cow or not. We can also test the case when we don't feed the cow this scoop. So we remove these from the current temporary array, and then we search this again, but without increasing C because we did not feed it any extra scoops. And then it checks here. If C is greater than or equal to M, this means that it's already surpassed the minimum number of feeds that we found. So we can simply break this because we know that anything else after that will be more than M. And then if we've already searched through all the types of feeds, then we use this check method, and it will return 0 if some of the vitamins in the temporary array are still less than the required amount. Otherwise, we can return 1, which means true. So if this is true, we can put this vector into our answer vector and change our minimum amount of scoops to C. And we can return this function, so we can stop the recursion. And after we've looped through all the possibilities, we will print out the minimum amount of scoops and print out all the values in our vector list.